Welcome to This Explainer. If you're a professional or a business actively exploring Web3, this is an absolutely crucial conversation. Today, we're diving into a massive paradigm shift, how programmable infrastructure is giving businesses total, undeniable control over their digital ecosystems. If you've ever felt that pit in your stomach from building your company's value on a digital platform that you fundamentally do not own, well, you're in the right place. Here is our roadmap for today. Number 1, the rented infrastructure problem. 2, Uptick's programmable solution. 3, smart tickets and art royalties. 4, loyalty and data networks. And 5, reclaiming business autonomy. Section 1, the rented infrastructure problem and the vulnerabilities of Web 2. Think about this for a second. Right now, businesses all over the globe are building immense, incredible value on borrowed infrastructure they fundamentally do not control. It's actually kind of terrifying when you map it out. Every single day, professionals face sudden, totally unpredictable algorithm changes. What used to be a neutral marketplace has really devolved into a highly extractive relationship. Whether you're a retailer watching your ad reach collapse literally overnight, or a service provider whose rankings just vanish because of a new fee structure, the anxiety of Web 2 platform chaos is a very real, very immediate pain point for all of us.
The contrast between the old way and the new way is night and day. Traditional rented infrastructure is incredibly vulnerable. It extracts the value you create, and when things inevitably break down, it requires chaotic manual intervention to fix. On the flip side, owned Web3 infrastructure provides deep security, it distributes value fairly, and it operates autonomously. It's really the difference between crossing your fingers and hoping a platform doesn't change its rules tomorrow versus knowing for an absolute fact that you own your operational foundation.
Moving to Section 2, Uptick's programmable solution, a Web3 paradigm shift. So how do we actually make that transition from renting to owning? We need the right technology, and Uptick Network provides a definitive path forward here through programmable NFTs and smart contracts. To put it simply, these are automated, self-executing rules embedded directly into your digital assets. They execute predefined actions completely on their own based on real-world triggers, maybe a scan at a door or a secondary market sale. So instead of relying on this whole army of administrators to manually update spreadsheets every time conditions change, you get flawless, seamless automation. Section 3, smart tickets and art royalties, automating value and rights. We all remember how traditional static ticketing infrastructure completely collapsed under the regulatory chaos during COVID, right? Imagine running a 2,000-seat venue and suddenly getting hit with a 500-person capacity limit. In the old system, that meant weeks of manual refunds and angry phone calls. Uptick replaces that massive vulnerability with adaptable, programmable event tickets. If regulations or venue layouts suddenly shift, the smart ticket automatically reacts. It can adjust those capacity limits on the fly and process thousands of refunds instantly, literally while the event organizers are sleeping. Now, let's look at how this programmable logic transforms the digital art sector, because legacy art markets are just fundamentally broken. Picture this: a digital sculptor spends months perfecting a piece and sells it for a modest $3,000. Just 2 weeks later, a buyer flips that exact same artwork on the secondary market for $25,000. Give it another 6 months and it's resold again for $50,000. Here is the absolute kicker: $47,000. That is the exact amount of ongoing value generated by that artwork in the secondary market. And how much of that massive pie does the original artist actually see? Zero. The galleries take their cuts, the platforms take their fees, the buyers profit handsomely, but the creator is completely severed from the escalating value of their own work. The traditional model is designed to systematically exclude them. Well, Uptick completely rewrites this dynamic. By utilizing programmable metadata at the exact moment an asset is minted, Uptick ensures that royalty terms are hard-coded directly into the art itself. And thanks to Uptick's robust cross-chain tracking, that metadata actually follows the artwork across different blockchains. So whether it moves from Ethereum to Polygon to BNB chain, it doesn't matter. When the piece resells and generates that $47,000, the smart contracts distribute fair royalties perpetually and directly to the artist's wallet, with zero manual intervention. Section 4, loyalty and data networks, unified credentials and fair rewards. Let's pivot slightly and talk about CRM, or customer relationship management. The legacy reward systems we use today create these incredibly fragmented touchpoints. Consider a loyal customer who drops $2,100 a year at a local coffee brand. They hit up a downtown shop every morning, they order bulk beans online every month,
and they regularly visit the brand's mobile food truck. Because these three systems are completely disconnected, the business ends up treating this high-value loyalist like a total stranger at each point of sale. They're forcing their best customer to juggle separate, dumb punch cards that just don't talk to each other. Uptick fixes this fragmentation instantly. Using programmable NFTs, Uptick consolidates all of the scattered cross-channel spending into a single, unified digital identity. Every coffee bought downtown, every single online order, and every food truck visit is tracked seamlessly on-chain. When that customer hits a specific spending milestone, the smart contract automatically triggers tier upgrades and perks, maybe early access to a seasonal blend. The credential actually follows the customer, automatically evolving as the relationship with the brand deepens. We see a very similar challenge in decentralized data networks. Take an 800-person environmental monitoring network, for example. For years, these dedicated volunteers have paid for their own equipment, maintained sensors, and uploaded verified climate data. They're providing the essential raw materials. But traditionally, when a massive institution wants to license that data, this centralized platform swoops in and captures all the revenue, while the people doing the actual ground-level work get absolutely nothing. That old way represents a 100% institutional capture of value. Uptick's Web3 model flips this completely on its head. If a university pays a $180,000 licensing fee for that environmental data, Uptick's smart contracts distribute that fee fairly among the node operators. Because the contributors hold digital credentials that prove their specific work, the system automatically pays them out proportionally based on their real, verified contributions. It is a completely fair, beautifully automated economic model. Which brings us to our final section, reclaiming business autonomy. Join the Web3 future. We have to stop this endless cycle of rebuilding our businesses from scratch every time a centralized platform decides they want to change the rules. By utilizing Uptick's cross-chain programmable foundations, your business logic is embedded right into the assets themselves. This means you survive platform volatility. You retain the massive value you create, and you stop losing your infrastructure to the whims of some intermediary. You are shifting permanently from a fragile, rented mindset to a highly empowered, owning mindset. The absolute best way to secure this autonomy is to transition immediately from being a passive user to an active Web3 builder. Uptick Network has established these highly focused special interest groups, or SIGs, tailored specifically for professionals. Step 1 is the real-world asset SIG. Step 2 is the creator SIG, which is perfect for artists and digital builders. And Step 3 is the lifestyle SIG, designed for those of you working in loyalty, food and beverage, or travel. And honestly, the best time to take that step is right now. You can go ahead and scan to join these focused community discussions immediately. I highly encourage you to pull out your phone, choose the special interest group that aligns with your professional focus, and enter the Uptick community today. This is where you can network directly with other professionals who are actively building out this next generation of infrastructure. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final, provocative thought. Take a hard look at your own operations, your customer relationships, and your revenue streams. Are you ready to stop renting space on someone else's platform and start truly owning your digital future? The programmable infrastructure is here, it's ready, and it's time to build on it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I can't wait to see you over in the Uptick community groups.